Hey guys, so here we are, finally going to do an upgrade to Ruby Woo that she's been needing, and that is to have that wood dash wrapped. I went ahead and got the brushed black aluminum from Tesla Brothers, and what that includes is a pink squeegee, end pieces, a complete wrap, and another set of wraps which are in the house. So I'm going to heat up the car and make sure she's above 60 degrees per their video. It's a little warmer outside. I'm going to take her out there so I can see it. I'll try to film it as I go, but it should come out just like their video. Okay guys, there's Ruby Woo. She's been warming up for a bit now, so she should be ready to go here shortly. Got my wife's hair dryer right there so that she can work on the edges per their video. But I'm going to also run the video as I go, step by step, because I've never wrapped a dash like this before. And if you follow me on the forum here, you'll know I've wrapped the door sills and the plates, but I've never done anything like this, or my console, as you can see, nice and piano black, like I like it. So we'll give this a shot in just a minute. Okay, so I've been watching the video and I just did the first end cap here, so hopefully you can see that is kind of bright out here. That really helps to do it because I can see what I'm doing. But it fit pretty well. I tucked it all in. I'm going to do the other side right now before we tackle the dashboard. Okay, side two's all done. Tucked in pretty nice right there. I'm hoping that the other part flaps over enough. I think it does from looking at the video. I watched it a couple times already. But it looks like it fits pretty well. You can see it gets right up into that crease. They do a great job with their video, so hopefully the dashboard come out pretty well. I'm going to do that next. I'm going to just do it in sections like they said, and I'll show you the final product. Okay guys, this is how the first side's coming out. Looks pretty good. What I did find is you need to do something to hold the other side while you're working on this. I got my phone holding the other end of the wrap up because it was peeling, and I don't want to bend the wrap when it's over there. But so far, it's come out really good. I did have to peel it up like they say in the video and realign it with this bottom edge here in order to make it fit really good. But so far, I am happy. We'll see how this continues to go as I move across the dashboard. Well, after watching the video, I see that this flap is much longer here. I don't know why it was cut so far, but this little cut here should be up around this corner. So I am contemplating getting the scissors. Okay, so I did cut a strip off the end, and I had to heat it around the corner with the hair dryer. It worked really nice. It kind of folded up here. One thing you might be able to see is a little lip right here from the folding. That might be because I cut it, of course. We'll see how that turns out in the end. But now on to the rest of the dash. Okay guys, this part here was pretty tough. You're fighting with the steering wheel. You're trying to be over top of it. But I was able to get it. I was having trouble with a bunch of little bunch ups here, but I was able to flatten them with a little application of some heat and some gentle use of the squeegee. Now, as you might see here, there's a little piece, looks like it's sitting on top of the aluminum trim. So I may or may not try to trim that with a slight razor when I'm done, but it's starting to come out. There was a seam here, but it seemed to lay down nicely with the squeegee. You can almost see it, this little line here. I don't know if you can see that, but a little heat. I think when I'm done, I'll try to squeegee that out too. But it's coming along nicely. It's just taking a little more work than the demo video, but I think it's going pretty well. Okay, so I laid this out, and what I found is when you're doing this, it's going to be harder in this long stretch, so you need to gently, piece by piece, make sure it lines up with the top of this thing and sits on top of it. You know, you might have a little tiny edge. You could barely see maybe a tiny piece of wood there, but I had to line it up the whole way across. Now, what I found is you're going to have to stretch it to kind of make it go where you want it to a little bit. And when I first laid it out, it was a lot shorter here, but with a little bit of stretching and persuasion, wow, it's overhanging on this side too, much more, as you can see. Now, I don't know, this is a first production car. She was delivered in March of 18, but I don't think that makes a difference. I think the dashes are the same, of course. So the wrap was a little long, but that's okay. The trim seems to work pretty well. I'll just try to trim it up here and go up there and make it look the same again and tuck it in. Still working on their video, so that's good. It really helps to follow that along. But it looks really good. I mean, I don't see any waves yet so far. There might be a little something over there. I'll work on it. Those lines, the seams, you can kind of see it still here. What I've been doing is applying a little bit of heat along with the squeegee, and it worked the one out over here. So I'm going to work on that here and get this end done and let you see that. Okay, like I said, first wrap job ever, and I'm really happy with how these corners turned out. Using this hair dryer, by the way, this thing is a monster. Burned my fingers a little bit, but don't be afraid to use a little heat, and it really made that nice. And laying it down, I might work on that a little more, but I'm very happy with how that turned out. I did trim it a little bit, like I said I was going to, but I'm very happy with that. Finishing her up now. So there she is, all done. The Ruby Woo now has a black brushed metallic dashboard. I would say this wrap went on pretty dang well for the first time I've ever done it. I would say pay attention to the corners. You might need to make some modifications like I did. Now there's one little piece here that might not be perfect, and I don't want to, of course, pull it up just for this little nil piece right here, and I had to modify that corner there, but it came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Coming around the other side here, you'll see that I did much better on this side. I don't know if you got enough light there. Let me throw some flashlight on that. Maybe that'll help, but maybe not. But it came out much nicer on this side, so second shot worked out well. I do have a spare one, but I don't think I'll need it, at least not for now. I even did the underside here. It looks real good going down that track as well, so I'm real pleased with it. We'll see how it does over the long term, but really happy with it. I think the material they used is really good. This might be a little thinner because it's a custom color they don't usually do. They went ahead and made it for me. I think it's custom versus the stuff they have in their video. That carbon fiber appears to be thicker material, so it laid down maybe a little bit easier for them. Plus, you know, they've done about a zillion of these things, and I've done one. So I'm just going to kind of run along the edge here, make sure that's nice and straight. I had a little piece sticking out here, but I was able to use the squeegee and actually chopped it off. So yeah, it looks real good. And I think that's just part of the wood grain on top. So real happy here, fellas. I hope if you want to try this, I say give it a shot. I did their Black Friday special, cost me 38 bucks. So all in, I'm pretty happy.